Irene, I'm here today because I'm celebrating you, and I think that people should know about you. So we're sitting here and I want to chat to you about you. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, Irene? Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Guyana, South America, nearly 104 years ago.
Nearly 104
Yes.
years. Can you believe
that? In a few
that?
days' time, I would be 104.
Okay, when is your birthday?
It's on the 23rd of September.
23rd of September. That makes you on the borderline of a Virgo Libra.
That's correctly.
But you look more like a Virgo to me. You.
I think I do. I do not like the limelight. For people like to serve.
Okay.
They give a helping hand. They don't like a front position. Most of them. Well, I don't.
Okay.
I always like a second seat.
Okay. But, you know, I read about your story because somebody told me about it. I remembered it being in New York and seeing you on seeing billboards of this woman, and I was like, whoa, because I'm into beauty, and the story was about from Dove, and I was like, that's a great campaign. Little did I know that I would be meeting you some 10 years later or 7 years later, seeing you on billboards in London, I've heard you've been in Paris. Tell us a little bit about how you came about to be part of the Dove campaign.
Well, it's a long story, but I think I can make it a bit short. I was sitting one day comfortable in my little flat. You saw my little flat. When I had a knock at the door. It was the then warden. Could I have a word with you? Be my guest. Came, sat down. There is someone looking for someone in the minority, ethnic black person, elderly, didn't she? And she would be visiting me tomorrow, and she would like to meet you. I said, no, I'm not interested, you know, Andy, I don't. No, it's just that she's building up a little business, and she wants to photograph you. An older person, didn't see what age was, and she would like to meet you. Oh, I'm not interested. I'll interest you. Suppose you agree to meet her as well, but tell me how you can convince me. You will have to go to the studio. Ian Rankin would be photographed. And if you spend the day, you would be paid £1,000. I said, why not? Little did I know what I was going into.
Yeah, but £1,000 was a lot of money, so...
Yes, but I think I was sorry I said so when I went there. Photographs were taken. We took hundreds to get that one, you see there. When the session was finished, he said, let me introduce her to someone. Introducing this lady, white American. I'm delighted to meet you. Oh, so am I. And meet my 3 young ladies. I'm alone. The room is about 60 and only knew the rep, the girl that was introduced to me, where she went along with me, young. She was building the business, as I said. I didn't know. Oh, they're lovely. You'll have to come to America. I said, I beg your pardon? I don't think that's a good idea. Not a good idea. I flew from America. I came in at 9 o'clock. I'm the head of Dove. I came to meet you. That's what. I am so sorry. I still don't like the idea. You have signed the contract. I was so happy to have the £1,000 to sign. Didn't know I would have to travel. That's
exactly.
Oh, she said, you have already signed the contract. You'll have to work for us It's just for a few days. Well, there's nothing much I could see. You will hear from us. Thank you. I'm sorry I misunderstood it. It was July. End of August, my rep called me. I've heard from America. You will have to go over there. Head of the would like to have you over there in September. I said, Heather, I'm going nowhere. You signed the contract. She's staying from her office in Highbury. I said, well, okay, let's go halfway. Meet me halfway. Let's hear what you have to say. My birthday's the 23rd. If they want me after that, the 26th, 27th, oh, I'll call her. That's fine. Let her have a birthday. She'll have to be here on the 27th. We've spent thousands of dollars, or what they said, the studios, the hotel, this. So I went to America on the 27th. And I was at the Meridian Hotel in Manhattan. It was only $500 American a night plus tax.
Only.
Only. And of course she had an open check. We were there for 4 days, pictures taken, went to the Ritz, went to other studios, been interviewed, and I was always, but it was quite nerve-wracking. Because in a room with, must have been the second to about 100 people. I didn't know anyone there except my representative. And to think, I was on table number 1, and we were 7, white American. The lights were going around the room with your names in it. When the light comes up at your table, you pick up the microphone. No good. Just to tell them who I am, where I'm from, if I enjoy it, and so. So it was when, then I found out, I left there this Saturday morning, and midday Saturday, I knew the image would have been up in Times Square, and it was the Wall Street for about 6 months.
Yes.
As I said, that was September. Well, 05 now, I kicked off of the Dorchester because no one in England knew what I was doing until the Dorchester. And I walked to Dorchester, then I went to Madrid in January. February it was Milan, and in February it was Paris. And in July it was Berlin. And October of the same year I went back to Paris as a grandmother with my granddaughter standing. I worked for the Marie Claire magazine. Yes. And of course in London I worked for the Observer, the Mirror. Some I didn't have to be there personally. Okay. They discussed it with Dove. And I enjoyed every minute. Forget about the title, Dove. It's the limelight, it's the life, the first class, waiting on to be served. The lovely place that was only a dream. I could never have stayed in places.
And you were 96?
I was 96.
Wow.
So I was asked, I know you haven't asked me that, but I know you're willing to ask me. Did you do any modeling when you were younger? I was never good looking, I was never. And let's make this clear. 7 of us that did the modeling, we were not beautiful women. I know I'm pretty, I'm elegant, but I'm not beautiful. No one was beautiful except the white American. But no one would have wanted her for a model. Because she was size 18 and she was 5'11", but the most beautiful woman you ever seen. But she was always table number 2 and I was table number 1.
Hello.
Would you believe it? Oh, and what a lovely girl. I said, oh, it's you they want, not me. And so, yes, I had, as I said, it was only, sometimes I question myself, did it really happen? And if I had the nerve to do it, because you have to be punctual, you have to be alert, you have to, and meet so many, meeting people that you have never met before. And you don't know if they'd like you, if they'd like to listen to you. But I never had. They were all marvelous.
So,
they all thought I was amazing, I was sensational and all like that.
Sensational now.
I don't believe them, but I like hearing it.
Yes, it's good. It's good, a good feel-good factor, because that's what interests me about you. When I'm listening to you or reading about you, I feel exhilarated. I feel she can do it, I can do it. So it's a good feel-good factor, and I applaud you for starting your career at your modelling career, or shall we say your exquisite career at 96. Reflecting on that, because obviously you've done the pages of Vogue, Elle, the big names, the Observer, the Guardian. Just everywhere. When I did the research, I found you in there.
Did you?
Yeah, and so that's an accolade that now, in reflection, you must think, I did it, and I did it at a grand old age. Opulence.
I did it my way.
I did it my way. But do you think that it's something to do with how you were prepared from when you were young? Because I know that...
Yes, I was quite dramatic. I was still, I did a lot of Shakespeare. I couldn't sing.
Yes.
And I didn't know. The woman said to me, I prefer you to do recitations than to be in the choir. Because I couldn't sing, I was leading them astray. So of course I did a lot of reading and reciting. I was always, so I had a little like that.
Okay. How do you keep yourself so healthy? Because 103 is it's a really good old age.
Why?
I feel like I'm tired now.
Yes, because you were born what? 34 years ago.
And we're not talking about that. Okay.
When I was born, 184 years ago,
yes,
my parents didn't have a fridge. They didn't have a freezer. There was no such thing like tranquilizer, fertilizer, injection, buses and cars, very few unheard of. You had an alternative, that is, she cooked a fresh pot of food every day. Nothing was stored up. Now again, with keeping up with Jones, and most women, mothers go to work. They can't afford to cook every day fresh food. And the life of today, they're in cars. People hardly walk. We had to walk.
Right.
2 miles to school, 2 miles back. No distraction with television or a little radio if you were so lucky. Went to bed 8, 10, 12 hours sleep. Get up fresh and nice, and fresh food, fresh air, exercise. That's all I could tell you.
And that's the same for everybody in your family, because you have a sister that's 102.
Yes.
You said.
Yes.
So that must be the mantra: eat well, sleep well, and
exactly so.
And
it's nothing
and go
more
to
I could
church.
say. It's nothing more that that was done in my life. It was different from the life of today. Of course, it was easy going, and as I said before, you had the time when 2 mothers didn't go to work. Never had 100 years ago.
So that the mother was there to greet and embrace children when they came
Yes.
home. But in reflection now, because now you've lived a good age where you could see then and now, what are your views on life now?
I still prefer the life of the old days, with the exception with the medical world. Science is so advanced, and that helps us to live longer. But the days I spent when I was in my teens and teens up to 40 were better days. You didn't have wars all over the world. Maybe I'm exaggerating. You name very few countries that are not at war with each other, where there's civil origin. It's not a happy time altogether. Although, as I just said, in one way, but I still prefer the old days.
Because of the warmth that was there. Well,
Love.
the love and the affection of people
More than today.
today.
It is there today, but it was more so. There was hardly a mission in the early days. Nearly 80%, more than 80, I would say 90% with you, agree with you, what you are doing is right, peace, happiness, love, friendship. They were all there.
Yeah.
But unfortunately today, it's not all there.
Very separatist and individual
Very,
type of
very.
lifestyle. But you said you're still traveling, and you will be traveling for your birthdays next week.
Yes, not abroad anymore.
No, you don't go abroad. But
No,
you,
because my legs, I have thrombosis. It's
Okay.
out of control. And arthritis. My legs cannot do the job anymore. Well, they're doing the job, but very little, not much.
But you're celebrating your birthdays in a special place. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I went there when I was 101. It's one leisure holiday. When they're leisure people, they want because they have only no children. You have to be over 16. And they're, as I said, leisure, and I mean leisure. They're in grounds, 40 acres, 30 acres, 20 acres. I went to 3. But the one I go to now is Alveston Hall in Nantwich, Cheshire. When you step in there, if you play golf, you're okay. Snooker, you're okay. Learn to cook, you're okay. Learn to dance, you're okay. Archery on the grounds, shooting, leave that out. Swimming. But then best of all, you're in the beauty parlor. Pedigree, you had nails done. You relax, whatever you want. Then of course you chat with the people in the coffee bar, have coffee with them, or you go in the bar with the strong drinks, you're there. You name it. The line dancing and the other dancing so on. They teach you or you take part in it. It's never a dull moment, as I said, because it's a leisure holiday. I like it so much because as they give me the table this Saturday night, the champagne, the balloons up, of course, my name on one, my age on one balloon. You could imagine the people, whose table is this you're sitting? I'll give you a joke. Not last year, the year before. No, it was last year. The lady was sitting about 3 tables away from me. I was on my own because I had visitors coming the weekend. So she said to me, oh, you're enjoying it? Yes, I said, it's my second visit here. By the way, I heard someone is 103. I said, I heard that myself. But she said, you can't see anyone. I said, no, not really. I said, but it's a big place you're only seeing here. The hall is like, yes, from my door to the end, a little longer, till across the road. I said, well, it's a big place, you can't see everybody. Oh, she said, well, I look around. I was telling my husband, the husband said, no. Little did I know that the housekeeper was decorating the table the night. So when I came in for breakfast, the balloons are up 103. I looked over, saw her. She left the breakfast and came over to me. You? Why did you put that up? I don't believe you. I said I knew that was what you would have said, not being big-headed. But if I told you I was 103, that's what you're saying you don't believe. So that's why I didn't tell you. She was so amused. She went, told her husband and all of them. And all, excuse me, congratulations. I said, congratulations. And if I told her I was 103, not sure, you know, but I dress, I look nice, I don't look 100. So it's so amusing. They're ever so friendly, and of course, I'm glad that people still look on. They treat older people better, I think, you know, for the last 15 years, last 20 years. I think so. Starting with the services. I think so. And most people I have encountered have been very respectful to me.
Good. I'm so glad. In conclusion, because there's only so much that I could sit with you for days.
I know.
But what I'd like in conclusion is for you to tell us what is your legacy? What do you hope to have achieved by what you've done?
Well, what I haven't done ever so much, really.
Oh, Lord.
What I would like to pass on good wishes to those who think they cannot do it, because it would be my wildest dreams, even you young and talented, looking at me, we would think, well, no, she mightn't be able to do it. And I said, never say never. Just smile and get up and get on. If you have an offer, seize it with both hands. If you fail in one, you would not fail in the other. If I didn't fail when I was 96, no one would fail when they're younger, because I'm sure they would try earlier than was forced on me, but which I enjoyed all the same, immensely.
Irene Sinclair, thank you so much for giving us your time, and also I would just like to say happy 104th birthday when it comes, Lady Irene. Lady Irene, you should be done that. And thank you very much for giving us this time so that you can empower and embrace somebody who may be thinking, I can't. There's no such word.
The pleasure has been mine. Thanks for the compliments, and thanks to everyone here in the room. Thanks for taking the photograph, and thanks for your patience with me.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Is it?